Let's talk about how to be more masculine. Okay. In this video, I'm going to be discussing with you guys my progression through game, as well as some things I've noticed about myself. Early on, I was completely afraid to talk to girls. And then I noticed I got to a point where I was somewhat decent at flirting with women, but I was still kind of this nice guy, flirty dude. And I've really noticed within myself over the last couple of years, as I've continued to progress, that I've really started to embody even more of this masculine, grounded, grown-ass man style of flirting. Okay. And I really think this is arguably like the next level of flirting, because most guys, they're super platonic, they're super boring, they don't know how to flirt at all. And then they start understanding pickup and they start studying push-pull lines or gamey pickup lines, and they start to get a grasp on how to flirt with women, right? But then some of these dudes, and even myself included, I hit a plateau at one point where I just stayed on that level, and I was this funny, flirty, fuckboy dude. And I want to talk about the steps I took towards becoming more masculine, some things you guys could be saying in your interaction. What's the difference in your vibe as you become a little bit more, I guess, mature or masculine in your flirtation? So it's all going down in this video. And by the way, if you're interested in working with me personally to implement the stuff I teach in this video, click the link in the description, fill out the application. More details on that at the end of the video. But without further ado, let's talk about how to become more masculine. Guys in particular, when they start getting into pickup, they start using all these like pickup lines, these gamey lines, and they start flirting with girls, and then they start to understand how to like use verbal game to create attraction. The difference between that style and then like more of a grown man masculine style of flirting, which is like, I would say it's arguably like the next level of flirting. I don't know if that's necessarily true, but at least in my progression, I feel like as I got a little bit more advanced in my journey, my verbal game actually became more simplified. It was a lot less wordy, a lot more slowed down, and almost giving the girl glimpses of like seriousness instead of like this everything's funny and I'm like cocky laughing boy dude. It was more of like mature grown man, masculine, like grounded, almost like stoic seriousness. So like I would still like laugh from time to time. I still laugh. I still have a lot of fun when I'm in interactions. But there is occasionally these moments in my game now where it's like I don't need to laugh as much, or I don't need to give some lengthy, wordy response, or like if the girl's actually displaying intent to me and she's like saying something about me, I think in the past I would like almost beat around the bush of the idea that like we can fuck and I will fuck you. I don't want to say that like I'm never that playful dude, because if you see me out in set, I'm super fun and I'm super playful. I just think previously I was just like way too much of that guy. Now it's more of along the lines of like, yeah, like I'm a grown ass man and I will fuck you. And I know you're going to fucking love it. Okay. So it's like, there is no one word or one phrase that I do to make the interaction more masculine. It's actually like pulling back on nice guy flirting. It's like guys that were nice guys that start to learn how to flirt, and then they just like abuse the gamey lines too much. But you need to go through that progression. Especially if you've never been able to display intent to a girl ever, you need to get comfortable displaying intent, using those push-pull lines, getting comfortable being like disqualifying the girl. And once you can get to a point where you're doing all of those things very confidently and you've had success with it and you've gone through enough of these interactions, it's almost like you can pull back on a lot of that stuff. Instead, the next time when the girl says something, I may just be like, don't do that. Or like, really? I highly doubt that. Girls actually like that grounded dude that doesn't need to laugh all the time. Like there's nothing funny about it, especially if the girl starts to get sexual too. And I'm just like not reactive to any of that. And I just have this piercing stare, this like dominating stare, and I'm responding super slowly. There's like an extra second of pause before I respond. And then I say like a short sentence, but it's powerful because that pause, that stare with a slight smirk, with the right tonality, it actually hits harder on an emotional level than some dancing around super wordy phrase would. I'd say that's the difference between like a nice guy flirting and like grown man masculine flirting. Okay. And I wouldn't even say I'm like all the way on this side of the spectrum. I could just tell you that I know for sure I was all the way on the haha funny guy side of the spectrum. I was actually even like before that side of the spectrum. And then through my progression, I've noticed I'm starting to embody more of this dude as I get older and as I have more success and confidence with women. And it's almost like the game starts to get more simplified. And like, I don't need to have some super wordy push pull. It's almost like the push pull is just in the pause and the skepticism in my facial reaction, or the way I looked her up and down and paused and said, don't do that. That's the differences that I'm noticing in my transition over the last couple of years as I guess, progress more into even more of a man right now. Because now I'm 31 years old. And I mean, I probably didn't even start doing that haha funny flirting guy until like 26, 27, got results with it 27, 28. And then I'd say over the last couple of years, as I'm like maturing into my late 20s, early 30s, I'm noticing more and more and more of this other archetype of a guy who's like, it's more serious, it's more dominant, it's slower, there's more pauses. I still smile, I still smirk, I still deliver the words in a powerful way, arguably even more powerful, but it's simplified. And oftentimes simple is what hits hard. The other thing about this is that like being too much of that wordy dude, that verbal, haha, funny intent guy, it's not nearly as powerful when it comes to pulling and sexual escalation. Okay, like you'll get way more LMR with that style of game. Although the verbal game works and it can create that right attraction, when you do too much of it, the girl almost can, they just can sense to some level that like, there's like this like 5 to 10% insecurity of like dancing around the topic. And there's something about a grown ass man that just looks the girl in her eyes. And it's almost like I'm just telling her like, I will fuck the shit out of you and you're going to love it. Okay, that's like what's being conveyed through the energy. Okay, and I'm not saying the whole interaction needs to be like that. I'm just saying at a certain point in the interaction, I give the girl a glimpse of this sexual, dominant, masculine side of me that shows her, hey, by the way, like if we were to magically transport to a bed right now, you're going to get fucking dominated. Okay. And the girls can pick up on that shit because essentially the entire interaction, she's unconsciously or like subconsciously getting a read on like what it would be like to date you, how you are in bed. And if the whole time you're like funny, ha, flirty guy, there's never that side of you that's like gonna dominate her in bed. Okay. And again, even with sex, the entire time, I'm not like choking the girl out, like just like destroying her, but there will be moments of intensity, especially during certain sexual encounters. And I just noticed in my in-person interactions when I'm at the club or wherever the pickup is, to have those glimpses of that side of you goes a long way, and the girls can pick up on that. So when it actually is time to pull, there's less justification about where you guys are going to go. You triggered something within her on a primal level where she gets it. She knows like, oh, he's that kind of guy. When they sense that, when they feel that energy, which is often communicated through less laughter, less wordiness, more concise, impactful intent, they get it. That's all it is. They get it, dude. If you're watching this, you probably are like, that makes sense. I get it too. Okay. So if you understand it, you can imagine how the girl feels when we're already in an interaction and there already is that attraction. She's already maybe engaging with me or maybe even seeking my validation a little bit. And I have that moment of seriousness where I'm just piercing eye contact, dominating, and I say something that just hits her on a deep emotional level, okay? And that triggers that primal drive within her that tells her like, yo, I'm dealing with a grown-ass man right now. By the way, if you want to work with me personally to get your game up, to get your social skills up, to get your social confidence and success with women, achieve your goals and achieve your ideal dating life, I can help you with that. Click the link in the description, fill out the application. We will be reaching out to you to discuss further details. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Smash that like button, smash the thumbs up button, comment down below. Let me know what you want to see in some future videos, and I will talk to you soon. Until next time, Coach Kyle signing out. Peace.